Let's see. Think we are online. This is just a quickie. Again, I'm on YouTube, and again writing in regards of the Catholics, and then this guy says, no, it's not the, it's not the. See what I wrote actually. I'm writing in regards of someone blaming the Jews again. It's always the Jews, right? Oh, it's always the Jews. Anyway, so I write to him. Oh, come on, how brainwashed are you people? It has and always will be Rome that is in control and doing these things to us behind the facade. The Jews are just used as a tool like everything else by Rome and the Antichrist. And then he writes 2 times to me in regards, no, you have to read more, these people are bad, people I never met just one good guy, they are the chosen people to rob, kill, and deceive and treat the humanity. Just look who crooked the US government, banks, Monsanto, etc. And he of course writes it with like capital letters, like it's so much more. I just wrote back to him, it's not the Jews, it's Rome. Read your Bible. The last beast is Roman. The Antichrist is Roman. Roman. The man of 666. And the whore is Rome, that great city who rules over the kings of the earth. And and then I quoted from the Jesuit conspiracy, The Secret Plan of the Order, 1848, which is the thing that I'm going to read. It seems to have some minor, mistakes in regards of some of the letters, but I'll for example, in regards of finally, they put a U instead of a 2 L's. I think it's something in regards of when they probably fix the book, they probably use some automatically program that not always do the right thing. And then he goes on in regards the second message. He says, no, try to cover the sun with one finger. Everybody knows who are the bad guys. They killing, rob, and has the USA country making wars for the Senate is owned for them. So is a criminal elite. And again, pointing to the Jews being those bad guys. Now, I'm not saying that the Jews are not being used by Rome, but that's another thing. Like everything, in regards of, the Antichrist, the man of 666, sets himself as the highest political power in the whole world. So I'm thinking, like, if you're political correct, you might actually be in agreement with the man of 666, as he is the highest, political power, apparently, according to, but of course, Satan has given him his seat and all that, so. But the last beast is and will be Roman, according to the Bible. So I don't know why we would blame the Jews for, whatever. It seems to be a Catholic deception, that the Catholics are always blaming the Jews. It's always the Jews. And of course, in regards to how we look at what the Catholic insane asylum can do, we'll just look at World War II. Absolutely. And when I was on the museum in Yad Vashem, which is in Jerusalem, they were blaming the Christians for the Holocaust and all these things. But, weirdly enough, they quote a Christian just afterwards in regards to first they came for this and then they came for that. I think it was a Protestant Christian. But they don't seem to divide in regards to the Protestants and the Catholics. So they just blame the Christians for the Holocaust and all that. You see it when you go into Yad Vashem, and sadly, you are not allowed to take pictures, so I don't have anything to document it, because you're not allowed to take pictures. I don't know why you're not allowed to take pictures. It's free to go in there, but I would think, or I would have imagined that they wanted this information out in the public, so if someone wanted to take pictures, I don't see why that would be a bad thing to spread the news in regards to the Holocaust. I think that would be a thing that the Jews would like to want, the people coming to the museum, to spread the news in regards to these things. But in any case, apparently you're not allowed to take pictures. I'm not sure, you know, they have a lot of guys in there, you know, going around and checking and all that. Maybe I should actually turn the camera around. I've also been to the museum in Denmark in regards to the Jewish museum, but it was actually pretty, I must say, very boring and really weird actually. Jews have a way of this weirdness thing, and the museum itself in Denmark is like a weird thing where, you know, where the floor is like going up and down and this and whatever, you know, and some of the things you need to, you know, it's very difficult, but I guess there's an idea of it being difficult, you know, needing to go down to see the things and go up and whatever, you know, and walking on this weird surface area. Anyway, and it was not free in Denmark. But anyway, you know, compared to the Yad Vashem in Jerusalem, it was pretty much nothing. I think I used 3 or 4 days on Yad Vashem. It's a pretty huge, pretty big place. 3 or 4, I think it's 3 or 4. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4, you know, the memories. But I was there a couple of times, and I pretty much saw everything. I still needed a little of the last bit in regards of where they have these marches, the Germans have these marches and the Jews are dying off and all that. I still have that place to, you know, if I ever come by at some point, you know, you never know if you're going with someone, if I'm ever going to come there again, then, you know, I can just run to the, well, if I'm not going with the person anyway, but then I can just go to the last bit in some sense and check it out. But anyway, so he's trying to blame the Jews, you know, and of course the Jews rejected their Messiah, sure. But that is not to say that they are the, you know, they're just, you know, they have their Freemason lodges, as, you know, there's Freemason lodges all over the world. The Mohammedans have Freemason lodges, we have Freemason lodges, you know, these satanic lodges, that's Satanism. And we have Christians being in these satanic lodges. It's, you know, priest that stands in the podium and speaking are Satanists. You know, they should know because they're reading the Bible, or they should read the Bible anyway. But, you know, just any case. So I wrote back to him in regards of read your Bible and don't feed me lies. The little horn who persecute the saints are Roman, who think to change times and laws. That's the Rome. It's sitting on the. It's on the Roman beast. It's Roman in nature. I guess it's like the substance and nature, the same word in regards of when we're talking about the Trinity. Jesus is of the same substance and nature of the Father. He's still God. He's divine. He is, yeah, you know, God Almighty. Anyway, even if he is. You know, even if the Father is greater than the Son, it's still the same nature and substance we're talking about. It's still divine. Jesus is still divine, even if he's in some sense lower than his Father. In regards of, you know, the Son always does what the Father wills, right? Anyway, that's how I understand it anyway. So it's not, you know, people rejecting Jesus' divinity is also found everywhere in this world, you know, everywhere. It's just everywhere. It's, oh, yeah, I just hit into it all the time and actually getting pretty tired of it. But Jesus is God, and that's probably why I made the t-shirt. It's really offending. I don't know if it's the demons in people, but, you know, if you make a t-shirt like this, see if we can actually see it here. I've sadly still only made one, you know, but it says Jesus is God Almighty Jehovah. It's really, people really get offended by this t-shirt. And I would have liked to make, you know, that every single t-shirt that I have has this message, but I thought about maybe if I have Jesus is God Almighty on the front, maybe I should put in regards to the Antichrist on the back that the Pope is the Antichrist or the man of 666. Yeah, then you have the absolute truth for who Jesus is and who the Antichrist is. That might not be something that the devils like, you know. That would be a thing that the devils would have a problem with, you know. And they would make people getting offended. Anyway, this is just a little sidestep. But anyway, the little horn who persecute the saints of Rome and who think to change times and laws. Don't give me that Catholic hate Jews mongering to try to deflect blame on the bloody hungering Roman Catholic insane asylum. And that's pretty much what it is. It's insane asylum, you know. Asylum, I think I'm saying, you know, it's just a wicked institution. It's the masterpiece of Satan's deception in this world, I think, because it's going right at the truth, you know, in regards to Jesus Christ. It's like, you know, Mohammedanism. Yeah, there might be 1.8 billion Mohammedans, but it's pretty clear to reject Mohammedanism as truth, in regards of them denying that Jesus is God in the flesh, or actually just denying that God has a son. It's not the God of the Bible. It's not Jehovah. It's Allah. Well, Allah is absolute singular, and Jehovah is plural singular. So anyway, so that's pretty easy to discount Mohammedanism as a deception from Satan. They are not even trying to hide it. Well, some are, but anyway, it's not, you know, if you ask a Mohammedan about does God has a son, you know, if you meet an honest Mohammedan, he should say, well, no, God doesn't have a son. I remember an encounter in Jerusalem with a Mohammedan, and reading my t-shirt, I was like, no, God doesn't have a son. And it was really, you know, it was really a big reaction from him, and he really was disturbed by what was on the t-shirt. And I don't understand, because it was actually close to a Catholic church, so I'm not sure. It shouldn't become as a big surprise for him anyway. But you know, you really feel in regards to Mohammedans, and you know, you really feel the tension for sure, because that is it's you know, when they have this Chrislam thing, you know, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's not the same God. The whole point of the Mohammedan faith is to reject that God has a son. So what about all the children of God? Yeah, it's just, anyway, and they reject that he was executed, which is just foolishness. And of course they then reject his resurrection. But enough about the Mohammedan faith and all that. Oh yeah, you know, we shouldn't talk about this. Oh, they will get offended and all that. Well, let them be offended, because we have free speech. That's the whole idea, to have free speech. The whole idea of the, you know, the Protestants protested, you know, if we're going back to the insane asylum in regards of Rome and the man of 666, well, our freedoms will be taken away, which seems to be the case in our days as well. But we should not stop, you know, we shouldn't compromise in regards of freedom of speech. We should have freedom of speech to speak against what is false. You know, we cannot just be, oh, let's be political correct and not speak, you know, in regards of our differences, but what actually, you know, what we have of. Now, do you think the prophets was like, oh, you know, to the Jews that was going astray, or the Israelites going astray? Oh, well, let's just be huggy about it. Let's find some, you know, ground in regards of ecumenical movement. Oh, no! The prophets came and spoke the truth with, you know, harsh words, and, you know, they were killed, you know, a lot of the times by the Jews, sadly. And so was Yeshua. He was killed off as well, you know, a prophet, but not only a prophet, so much more. He was the God of the Jews, you know, and according to, it seems like, according also to Jude, we have in regards of that it was actually Yeshua taking the Jews out of Egypt. Well, it was Jehovah who took the Jews out of Egypt, right? Well, that's because Yeshua is Jehovah. It's like, you know, oh, well, Jehovah letting it rain fire and brimstone from Jehovah in heaven down on the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. It was the Son, it was Yeshua standing on the ground, letting it rain fire and brimstone from his Father in the heavens down on the cities. It's not that hard to, you know, just read your Bible, study, and go on and regards of, and the, just so many, insanities. Who walked around in the Garden of Eden? Well, I think it was Yeshua walking around the Garden of Eden. And then who rested? Well, God rested, right, on the seventh day. Well, I think it might have been the Word or the Son resting on the seventh day. So anyway, like the Son was dead, right, for 3 days and 3 nights. He was in Sheol, or the Hades, or realm of death. He didn't go to heaven when he died, did he? No, he gone down to the realm of death. He was in the ground 3 days and 3 nights. So anyway, see that Catholic hate Jews mongering to try to deflect blame on the bloody hungering Roman Catholic insane asylum. Yeah. Anyway, there seems to be, if you listen to some of these Catholics, the Jews, they will go after the Jews. And that we are now the Jews as well. We have taken that place. I'm not sure. It just seems we have so many prophecies in regards of the Jews, which is yet to be fulfilled. And yet now the Jews, or the Israelites, are now back in Israel. We might need to pay a little attention here, guys. Even if it's pagan sources getting them back in regard, God have used pagan sources before. He used the Assyrians to get the northern kingdom out. He used the Babylonians to get the Jews out, and the southern kingdom. He used I think it was the Medo-Persians, to get the Jews back. He used the Romans to get them out of the country and disperse the Jews all over the world. And now they are back in the country which no one ever believed would ever come to fruition. What do you call it? Fruition, never come to, well, apparently God fought another, what should we say, he had another way in regards of, and we have all these prophecies which have yet to be fulfilled. And now the Jews are back in that country. Yeah. Even if it's pagan forces that are being used, doesn't mean it's not God doing it. And if the Jews are back in their homeland, I think God has something to do with it, because he has his eyes on that very land, right? So, he has been... if you say, well, God has nothing to do with the Jews returning to the land of Israel, well, is God weak? Doesn't he know? Haven't he shown himself capable of throwing the Jews out and getting them back before? Yeah, I think he has. Actually twice he took them out of, he's also in regards of Egypt, he took them out of Egypt, right? He put them in the land of Canaanite, or the Canaanite land, helping them destroy those sinful nations which has gone totally corrupt, and that was why he used the Jews to kill them off. Because he told the Jews, or the Israelites, don't think that I'm giving you this land because you deserve it, because you don't deserve it, but I'm doing this for my own sake. So the Jews, the Israelites, are used by God and have been used throughout history. And if you want to go against the Jews, that's, I think it's insane. I think it's very foolish to go against Israel. All you Mohammedan countries following a false god and all that. If you want to go up against the God of Jehovah, well, I don't think you will have much, shall we say, some fruit about in regards to fruit. Yeah, I don't think it will end well if you're going to do that, and it hasn't really gone well the last couple of times that you attacked Israel, did it? Nope. You lost land, again and again and again, and the next time you attack Israel, you will lose land again. So stop doing it. Stop attacking Israel. It's not that hard. Stop attacking Israel. Just leave them alone. Leave the Jews alone. And just, but no. You want to have wars and more and more and more. Anyway, and hate speech against them and all that. And I don't think we should, the Jews are special people, even if they have gone astray, even if they have rejected Yeshua, even if they try to, deceive Christians as well and try to make them not believe that in regards to Jesus and all that. They're still working for Satan at the moment, many of them. But that is not to say that God is not using them. Again, we have prophecies in regards to the Bible about Jews. And now that they are back in their country, many of these can be fulfilled. And as I see it, we have to have a third temple. There has to be a third temple. How are you going to fulfill some of these prophecies in the Bible, which is yet future, without a temple? I have no idea. There has to be a third temple as far as I can see. Let's talk. That is in regards of, if you want to do studies in regards to that, that's primarily, the book of Daniel talks about, the continual is taken away, which seems to still be future because that's, it wasn't at the time of the Romans, apparently. So as far as I did my research, so if it didn't happen in regards to the Romans, because they pretty much just destroyed the whole thing and all that, well, it has to be future in regards of setting this image up, this idol in the temple, as far as I see it. And of course we have this, this image being made in the book of Revelation in regards of the beast that, had his head cut. And I think that would probably be an image of the Antichrist. But we'll have to see in regards to that in the future. But anyway, so I might be wrong in some of these things. Read your Bible for yourself. Just trying the best that I can in regards of what I understand. So not saying that everything, just do yourself a good, nothing can replace reading the Bible for yourself, because there's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing out there. And that is in regards of, for example, the Roman Catholic Church and their cookie Jesus. The Eucharist and host and victim and all that, where they sacrifices apparently Yeshua all over again and 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 again in a perpetual sacrifice in the whorehouses. It would be nice if it actually used the camera that was more wide. I think it's using the main camera, but there is like a wide camera. It would be nice because then you could get my, handshaking things and all that on the. It just seems to give it a little more. Oh, actually, I forgot my breakfast. Anyway, it's probably cold now already. So this is from, and actually I have it on my Facebook. I just don't think it's it's just there's so many. Oh, it's the Jews. Well, was it the Jews that killed the Nazis, or was it the Nazis killing off the Jews? And the Nazis seem to actually be, in regards of Hitler, what was Hitler? He was a good Roman Catholic. We don't get to know that, do we? No. And a lot of the Catholics seem to actually also have, that Hitler had taken a lot of the Catholics into his what is called party or something like that. And we have the SS, the Himmler, and based up, the, what are they called? Not the Gestapo, the other one. Well, yeah, apparently it just flew, I can't remember what it's called. The SS, what is it called? What are the SS called? And of course it seems to actually also, the SS seems to go back to Rome as well. I had some information on that. But anyway, which wouldn't really be, you have the agreement with Rome as well that the Nazis did in or Germany did in 1933, before the war. Let's see, the SS, Nazi, let's see, what is they called? No, isn't there then? Am I wrong in regards to the S? No, it should be the SS, right? What are they called with Himmler and all that? I'm sorry. Sometimes, the memory just doesn't function, apparently. Sometimes you just forget what people are called, right? Yeah, what do they call the SS? I should know. Nah, apparently, why have I forgotten it now? SS. Have no idea how I could forget that. No idea. Apparently, sometimes one's brain doesn't work that good. Apparently, sometimes it's just better to actually write things down, and then, you know, why can't I remember what it's called? You know, I remember the Jesuits, but it was based on the Jesuits. How the Jesuits leader of the, yeah, but why can't I even find it? The should be easy to find. I can't find it. It's just insane. It just says Heinrich Himmler built the SS to a powerful elite organization with special demands to the members. But wasn't it called something else than the SS? I think it was called something else, but I can't remember. Anyway, the SS. Apparently, my memory is the SS was built on the Jesuits. You know how the Jesuits work and all that, which is the soldiers of Satan. You know, these guys were Catholics, Roman Catholics. I never get to hear about that, right? Because it has been whitewashed in regards of history and all that. So you begin to also see the people that is actually trying to hide these things away. And I'm actually looking into something else in regards of that, because I know the chick magazines promote this doctrine of going directly to heaven when you die. And of course, they're depicting God as well in their cartoons and all that. So I had some issues with that. And I know Walter Martin, apparently the Walter Martin ministry also seemed to continue, the guy that is going forward with it, Hank something. He seems to promote the same thing in regards of and attacking the soul sleep. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, so I'm still trying to find out that if he actually believes that people are going to, if they are actually promoting that you're going directly to heaven when you die. And I'm not sure why this is a doctrine that is promoted, because it seems, you know, Walter Martin, you have a lot of issues with Walter Martin. It seems to popping up a lot of things that is just, you know, really weird. So I wouldn't, you know, and you know, there's so many things, and I can't remember. I don't write them down, but there's a lot of things where I'm hitting into, and I'm like, this doesn't sound right. In any case, his ministry apparently was gone forward with another guy, Hank something. Hank, I see his article here. I think actually from Hank. And he seems to again go against this doctrine of you know, soul sleep. Well, when we die, as best that I know from the Bible, when we die, we are going to Sheol or Hades or the realm of death. You know, as the best translation. Not into heaven. Jesus is coming back to wake us up, right? You know. He's going to come back and wake us up, and you know, to everlasting life, those that have died in Christ. So I wrote here, yes, soul sleep is biblical. What is not biblical is to believe that one goes directly to heaven when one dies, or into purgatory. And I do wonder if it's like, if it's some kind of Catholic deception to make the Protestants believe that they are going directly to heaven instead of actually what the Bible says, to maybe make a less distinction in regards of the Catholics, because the Catholics still believe they're going to heaven as well, right? But they just have purgatory. But apparently a purgatory is something upward. It's like a holding space before you get to heaven, apparently, which is not biblical. But anyway, that's apparently what they believe. So maybe it's to make it less, you know, if they can promote this doctrine of going directly to heaven when you die, maybe that's to make it less, they believe that we are going to heaven, and if they can make the Protestants believe that they are going directly to heaven, it might seem closer in regards of doctrine. So and this is the best that, in regards, just read your Bible for yourself and study it and all that. I could be wrong, or I could be a deceiver. I could be a wolf in sheep clothing. So, you never know who's speaking truth and who's speaking lies out there. There's so many liars out there, and thereby you need to know the Bible. The better you know your Bible, the less chance is it that you're going to be deceived by Satan, by some of his, workers, in some sense. Some people apparently, even if they know it's lies and deceptions, are promoting it. One thing is to promote something that you have been fed by, and don't know better. And then another thing is to willingly promote something is wrong. I see a distinction there. Anyway, I'm writing here, Yeshua is coming back to raise us up, to awake the sleeping saints to the everlasting life, or to everlasting life. In any case, so I'm wondering if, because I thought in regards to the book of the Coals, I think I saw some of the, when you read a guy's material, you begin to see what his views himself is, you begin to, and if this is actually what they promote, as well as, Jack Chick, in regards of going directly to heaven, that it is from the CIE. Oh, anyway, there was something else. With the book reading, of course. Sorry, I'm getting off trail here. But it seems he actually is promoting. He's trying to, Hank Hanegraaff, apparently he's called. Let's see if I can find Hanegraaff. Hank Hanegraaff. And I guess it's easy for them to deceive us when we don't know our Bibles. Oh, he has a doctor of, and this and that and all that. And here we have something. False teacher, apologist, Hank Hanegraaff of CRE converts to something. What does he convert to? In any case, he can waste a lot of time. He converts to Eastern or Orthodoxy, heresy. Okay, whatever. Let's see here. Whatever, in regards of Eastern Orthodox or Catholic Church, it doesn't matter. Both of them are false. They both have both of those insane asylums, in some sense, have gone into adultery with Satan. The Orthodox, they're just making the cross from the other direction, the upside cross. They're kissing images, statues, overall, you have the Catholics, you have the Orthodox. Both of these are committing adultery. Apparently the Orthodox thinks the Holy Spirit is in the image. They have these sanctified images and all that. They bow before them, they kiss them, they make the upside cross, they make the smoke thing. I can't remember what it's called. I tend to forget every time. The same thing with the Catholics. Oh, they adore, the images, the statues, the cookie Jesus. I'm not sure in regards to the cookie Jesus of the Orthodox. They might have the same doctrine of the, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they act. In any case, it doesn't matter which way you take it. It's just, stop doing, this whorehouses. And they say they're Christians, and yet they're committing adultery. If they really were Christians, they would take all those cookies, all those statues, all those crucifixes, all those images, and get it out of the building and burn it. That would be the Christian thing to do. Anyway, I saw something in regards of this Orthodox, great church and all that, and they were talking about the scriptures, and it's like, they didn't really care about the Bible, because they wrote it and it didn't really matter and all that. And it was a Protestant guy. Apparently, he claimed at least to be a Protestant guy, and he felt that was very sad to hear in regards of. Apparently, this is their website. It looks like the qoute.org. Apparently, It would be nice to see the opinion in regards of, again, if you read about, of course it doesn't really matter, yeah, I'm wasting a lot of time on these issues here and there, but it just, you have to be careful. Christian Research Ministry Institute, Hank Hanegraaff, President, Christian Research Institute, and I think actually that's the guy that actually talked about that that Walter Martin never wrote anything in regards of the Catholic Church. I think it's Larry Wesley that have some videos on that where he goes in and fixes the recordings from, and what they say and this and that and all that. So you have to go look at that, because I can't remember everything, and I just where they are lying about this actually being existing. But of course it did exist, and Larry Wesley put it out there. So we have the book from Walter Martin that, as I understand it, he wrote in the beginning of the CI, the Christian Research Institute ministry. I think, as I understood it was something he made in the beginning. And again, if he was a wolf in sheep clothing, he might have put that out to try to get some credits from the Protestants, Oh yeah, he's a good guy. He's talking against the Catholic Church and this and that and all that. And he was talking against the Catholic Church. But I'm not sure what went, something seems to be wrong. And apparently it was hard to actually get this information from Walter Martin, but it's now on the internet to get. And you can listen to the book. It's like 3 hours or something like that, a little booklet being read aloud, and also the from Larry Wesley. So very, very nice that he has a huge amount of material. Now I still think he has some problems in regards of Paulus, but in any case, it seems to be the thing that most people use Paulus and never testing him, and in any case, and that's not to say that, again, that's not to say that everything that Paul's right is wrong, but I think you have to be very, very careful and on your toes. And again, if you don't know the rest of the Bible, how are you to confirm that what Paul is saying is true or not? Is he actually speaking doctrines that is according to the Torah or the law of Moses? And we got, no, that's some, he has a way of going, making holes in the things. Why are we keeping Sunday, or why can they think to defend Sunday worship and all that, and the venerated day of the sun god Sol Invictus? How can they defend that? Well, they go to Paul. They don't go to Jesus, they go to Paul, because Paul says, it doesn't matter which day we do this and that for God, because one man does it one day for God and another man does it another day for God, but it doesn't really matter because we all do it for God. Well, was that what was that the thing that Jehovah said, in regards when he gave the 10 commandments? Or did he said, rest on the 7th day? Because the 7th day is made holy, set apart, and sanctified, it's different from the other 6 days. So did he say that we should rest on the 7th day, not buy or shop or anything like that on the 7th day? Yeah, I think he did. So why are Christians promoting the first day of the week? Doesn't make sense, does it? Anyway, but we have only had like 500 years in regards of Protestants to change it, and yet these priests in the Lutheran churches have just kept the status quo. Is this what it's called? I'm not sure. I don't know the way. It's despicable or something like that. It's just I don't have the word. Sorry, but it's just awful. It's just 500 years to change. Anyway, so let's get back here. So Hanegraaff is continuing the ministry of Walter Martin. And it's true, there's some good stuff against some of these cults in regards to the book of the cults, which I'm still looking forward to get an older edition to see if there was anything in regards to the Catholic Church. I'm getting off topic here, but it seems like if the if the Christian Research Institute are also promoting the heaven doctrine, and I'm still trying to see if I can find something directly. I have him on my Facebook, but I'm not sure if they are going to write back to me. It doesn't seem like they haven't blocked me yet, but you never know. It's just a matter of time, I guess. I could ask you to C Christian Research Institute believe that people are going to heaven when they die? And of course I should actually write it in regards of plural, because it's the heavens in Hebrew. But anyway, I guess he knows what I'm talking about, and they probably this seems to use singular, not plural. So if this is something they are promoting and attacking the true biblical doctrine, I actually okay, I can. It says I can send this message directly to. Well, I can do that, but okay, directly to him. And he haven't really. There's no one that actually have responded to my last. It's Walter Martin, Jude 3, apparently in regards to this website. As I understand it, is in regards to this ministry. So anyway, I'm just, a little, I do wonder in regards if, Hanegraaff, and if Chick Publication is also promoting this doctrine of going directly to heaven. I'm like, again, it's always better to have, controlled opposition as well. Of course, the CIE or the Christian Research Institute actually doesn't seem to attack Romanism or the Antichrist or the Man of 666, and Chick Publications absolutely does that and have some really good sources in regards of exposing these false doctrines of the Catholic Church, and yet they are promoting the doctrine of going directly to heaven. Of course, they also accept Paulus, which most Christians do, which I think is pretty much our big problem, I guess. It's the huge problem that we have in Christianity is actually accepting Paulus, because every time people accept Paulus, you see them go astray from the law and going into, making it okay to paganize, and and the Judaizers are bad. It's all coming from Paul, the hate in regards of Judaizer, which the Catholic Church have continued to promote, going away from the biblical festivals, which is found in the Bible. They, in regards to the Sunday law, Paul is being used in regards to that. Also in regards of the clothing of man and woman, not having anything on his head when he prays, and the woman needs to have something. As far as I know, it's a doctrine from Paulus, but can you find it other places in the Bible? Does God say any other place in the Bible that you can pray with something on your head? And then what about the high priest that has something on his head? Like the crown, he has a name of God or something like that, and a turban or whatever. I can't remember what is. You can. But in any case, so they are praying to God, isn't they? With something on their head. Just and we having this doctrine of Paul or Paulus or Shaul in regards of that it's okay to eat meat sacrificed to false gods, when the council in Jerusalem say no, and Jesus or Yeshua in the last book of Revelation says no, but then people go with Paul or Shaul. And we also have in regards of, for example, Daniel didn't want to defile himself or pollute himself, so he didn't want to eat of the king's meat. Now, think about a king's meat, food from the king should be pretty good food, right? It's the king and he's getting food from the king's, that should be pretty good food. And yet he says, no, I don't want to defile myself. So he's not getting any wine. And again, maybe the reason for him not drinking wine was that they might have put some blood in it or something like that. At least he didn't want to drink the wine. He didn't want to eat the meat either. That was probably sacrificed to the king's false god. And there's some other things in regards of the Tanakh. I'm sure one can find more information on this also outside the Bible in regards of Jewish sources and so forward. That might, where you get the idea, because it shouldn't be a secret, and it wouldn't. I don't think it was a secret, in the past. We also have the Didache, for example, and I have another Christian source I can't remember what that was called. Yeah, we have multiple sources, Christian sources that says that we shouldn't eat meat sacrificed to false gods, and also in regards of sanctifying. So I don't think it actually was. I don't think it was. What shall we say? I don't think it was a secret. I think the Jews knew in regards of these things, but it seems we. So again, there must be more information on this. I don't think there must be, even if it's outside sources, there must be some more information on how they looked on these things. And I'm sure there are. We have a lot of things out there in the world. Because I think it can be very dangerous actually eating food sacrificed to false gods and defiling ourselves. So, but again, I have seen different sources, outside sources, to talk about in regards of the defilement, that we are defiling ourselves with demons. Again, it's still an outside source, but it's said to be from a Jewish source, this book. Actually 2 books, but I would like to collect everything that I have, and again, I'm sure there's more out there. But yeah, anyway, and of course from the New Testament as well. We have 3 times in the New Testament where it says that we shouldn't eat anything sacrificed to a false god or to an idol. And we have Jesus rebuking about this doctrine as well in the book of Revelation. So anyway, I should go back to we have a lot of things going on, and the thing is, it's not that hard actually to change our ways. We just need to do it, and we need to stand on the truth. We need to stand on the truth. I have no idea why we have allowed that they began to sacrifice our meat sources, our animals, to Satan in the 70s, not telling the people about it. And they're very deceptive about this. Now, of course, I'm from Denmark, but it seems to be a problem that is, worldwide in some sense in regards to the Western countries, in any case. Now, of course, the pagan countries already have problems of sacrificing things, but we're talking about, in regards to the West, it seems to be just becoming a standard in the Western world as well. And they just began doing it in the 70s without telling the people. And then they are so, what shall we say, I don't know the words for it, but they are coming back to the people and say, well, no one actually said that, they didn't want, that no people have asked in regards of that they didn't want it or not. Well, you didn't tell the people, did you? And if the people didn't know that you were sacrificing the food to a false god, how are they going to reply that they don't want it? It's only in our days, in our times, that they have been so, where they really began to put the sticker on, if it's there, and sometimes it's very, very small, but, most of the chickens in Denmark is slaughtered to Satan and have the sticker on. Why would I buy something that is slaughtered to a false god? And I'm living in Denmark. Which is said to be a Christian country, and yet, they apparently don't have a problem with selling meat slaughtered to Satan to the Danish people. It's totally outrageous. Someone should be, they should have, someone should have, get some, what shall we say, I don't understand why there's no, why they were allowed to do it. How, because it's just so disgusting. It's just, I'm missing the words for it, I don't know why they're even, those people doing these things, these businesses, should be closed down, I think. Because they did it without telling the Danish people. They are selling food that the people thinks are good, yet they have defiled it to Satan. And they're just selling it without telling the people about it. I think some of these things should have been closed down, because this is, if the people of Denmark would have known it in the 70s that they began, maybe someone would have said something, right? Maybe the people were a little more awake than we are nowadays, and we're just sleeping, lullaby, do 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 do. Oh, just give me this pagan thing I can see in the television, and everything is okay. You know, feed me crap. Feed me lies, feed me deceptions, and everything is okay, apparently, right? Feed me food sacrificed to a false god, and I don't care, right? That's how, you know, just as long as, you know, yeah. Well, I guess, you know, say, what was it called? Hitler was, I think it was Hitler quoted in regards of, you know, the bigger the lie, the easier it is to get the people to believe in it, or something like that, you know. Any case, you know, it's why do we not care about the truth anymore? Why are we just buying, you know, things that is slaughtered or sanctified to a false god? I found at least one quote in regards of sanctified food as well. And again, the book of Daniel doesn't really, and again, maybe the Jews, that was a source from the Jews, I think, in regards of idolatry and all that, but it hasn't been translated into English. So I can't read it, but might be something in regards of food sacrificed to false gods in that book. Just to see, you know, in regards to the Jewish perspective. Anyway. So let's get back to the text that I actually wanted to read. And are we still recording? I think we are. Yep. Okay, so I have it on my phone. I really, you know, see here. Where could it be? Oh yeah, I got the, yeah, of course, still the Haley book, you know, where they also have removed the chapter on the history of the church, which, you know, it's just it's an overview of Christian history, and they removed it. You know, Billy Graham, I think he was called. You know, just, you know, bought the rights for this book and took out the whole chapter. Yeah, okay, we can't offend the Catholics, right? You know, and why not? Are we not Protestants? Didn't we protest the Antichrist and his wicked system? Oh no, we shouldn't offend the Catholic. You shouldn't be unloving to the Catholic. Well, the unloving thing in regards to the Catholics is not to tell them the truth. By the way, we're nearing the new year. It's either this moon or the next moon that will be the new year. It seems to be, you know, I'm not sure if it's actually today, if they have seen the moon yet. But there are, you know, as usual, there are some, well, sometimes there's some conflict in regards of the Aviv and so forward. But anyway, we are also close to, I'm still trying to find out when the new year was in the old Julian calendar. I've probably read it someplace. I think I have. Maybe I have the science magazines articles. I think there's actually, because sometimes people have questions on those things, and it might actually be in those articles someplace. But I think another source I had said, you know, the last source I saw about it said the 25th of March was considered the new year in the old Julian calendar, but I'm not so I still want another witness in regards to that information, and I haven't at the moment. I haven't been able, you know, you tend to read something, study something, and then forget it again, and sadly, you know, it's just and you're trying to find credible sources also for the things and all that. Yeah, that was something in regards to the calendar. But sadly, I don't think it had in regards to the 25th March. But I have another, I have the Lutheran book I wrote, and he says it's the 25, but they say it's like the 25 that Jesus was executed. So 14 days before, that would have been the new year, which actually in some sense would You know, if you take 14 plus 8, you have how much? Let's see here. You have 22, right? So you go into 22. Yeah, that's pretty close to 25. You know, so yeah, we are in the time of the new year for sure. The question is if it's going to be this moon or the next moon. And they're talking about that and making some things here and there. Well, I'll probably look into that later as well, see what they find out and so forward. Where is the thing that I posted in regards to the Catholic Church? Should be here at some place. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it should be the see, the Roman insane asylum. Romanism is the worst kind of wickedness on this earth. It is the head of filth on this very earth. How everything is polluted by Rome, and how the Antichrist, the Roman man of 666, leads astray and deceives the world. That's pretty much. Oh, here we go. So this is from Jesuit Conspiracy, and should make the camera a little. And it was actually I heard the quote from, what is the guy called that made the in the house of my, what is it called, in the house of house. Oh, what is he called? I can't remember what he's called, but he's like a history guy. Jesuit assassin or something like that. Assassin, Jesuit assassin. Assassin or something. No, Vatican. Jesuit Vatican assassins, maybe. Oh yeah, his name is Eric Phelps. And he, but yeah, I still think he has some issues in regard. I think he believes he was promoting the flat Earth thing and all that. I think, and that the bombs, nuclear bombs, wasn't, you know, was like in the cities and all that. Anyway, but I heard the quote from him, and he has some good stuff in regards of the Jesuits. But again, you know, we should still be careful. But, you know, if everything agrees in regards to we have a lot of old historical books that we don't know anything about because they are not popular anymore. I'm still trying to find out. I read a story, and I think I took a screenshot of it so I could check it later. Well, I think it was like a monk or something like that, listening into the Jesuits and finding that, you know, listening to their plans. He was, you know, in a library thing, and apparently he could listen to what they were speaking about, and he wrote it down and he released it. But I'm not sure what book it was called, and maybe, you know, anyway, let's see here. Let us. This is from the book, you know, and you can get it for free on archive.org. But I think that, you know, has been a program making it so some of the things are, you know, some of the letters, you know, for example, down here, should probably be an E, you know, there, you know, or isn't a E or whatever. But you know, you can see it's not the right letter. I'm not sure what it says. The Nolla die sin linet. I'm not sure if that is correct in regards of. Anyway, let us strive to. This is in regards to the Jesuits. Let us strive to combine the calmness or calmness, or I guess it's calmness. I'm not sure. Calmness of reason with the fire of enthusiasm. Christ, who saw the germ of so many splendid truths, teaches us that in order to make ourselves master of the strong man, his house and his goods, we must first bind him. Again, you know, the Catholics are using quotations of the Bible, the Jesuits as well, but they tend to flip things around. If you look on the Jesuit oath, they're still using things from the Bible, but they're using it for their own wickedness, you know. Like, for example, how to infiltrate groups, you know, be a be a Greek for the Greek and a Jew for the Jew, like Paul is saying, and they're using the exact same doctrine in their oath, you know, in regards of a Protestant for a Protestant, a Jew for a Jew, you know, Lutheran for a Lutheran, a Methodist for a Methodist, you know, whatever is, you know, a Hindu for the Hindu or whatever, you know, but still working for the mother whore, which is Rome. Anyway, so let's see here. Let us therefore become perfect in the art of loading the proud and the powerful with chains. Let us lay to heart this maxim as the rule of all our efforts. One sole authority. Now listen to that, you know. One sole authority, that of Rome. Did they say, oh, it's the Jews? No, that of Rome. And if you look at the Jesuit oath, they will also, you know, talk negative in regards to the Jews, even go so far as be a Jew for a Jew, you know, and, you know, like they have some disgust against the Jews, you know. Even go so low as become a Jew among the Jews, you know. So they're not really, but you can go read the Jesuit oath for yourself. But anyway, one sole authority, that of Rome. One sole order, that of the Jesuits. And the Jesuits are the soldiers of Satan. You know, a more wicked group is hard to find on this very earth. I don't think there is anyone more wicked than this order. And since our age, you know, if you look Jesuits up in a dictionary, some of the old ones, you will get, you know, some of the negative words in regards to the Jesuits. You know, someone that deceives, and, you know, clever deceivers and this and that. It's just nasty stuff in regards to the Jesuits. And they were made as a counter to counter the protest against you know, the Antichrist. The man of 666. They were made to counter and get the Protestants back under the wings of the Pope, so-called Pope. And what is happening in our days? Well, the ecumenical movement, and going back to the man, the Roman man of 666. You know, they've pretty much been very effective. And why is no one speaking about this? You know, so few are speaking about it. Oh, it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. Oh, really? Oh, I thought it was Rome, you know, and that's the thing. Then you, of course, have to go by the Bible, right? So what does the Bible says? Well, the Bible points to Rome. Oh, but wasn't it the Jews? No, it was Rome. Rome, Rome, Rome. Rome, Rome, Rome your boat. Gently in the pollution. Anyway, you know, this one, you know. Just read the Bible, find out who the little horn is, who persecutes the saints, those keeping the commandments, guarding, protecting the commandments of Jehovah and the testimony of Jesus Christ. Where is the little horn sitting on? Well, it's sitting on the last beast. What is the last beast? Roman. It's not really hard to actually read the Bible and just... So, what is the Bible saying? Well, maybe we should go by the Bible in regards of these things, you know, instead of the deceivers out there. Anyway, so a little horn that persecutes the saints and persecute the saints and think to change laws and times, you know, change the laws of God and his festivals and all that. That's Rome, by the way. Just look at history, you know. So who persecuted the saints? Well, Rome did. Who changed times and laws? Well, Rome did. And of course, this little horn would also be a horn that knew dark sayings, you know, hard sayings, you know, in regards. So it would be a very clever horn as well, you know. So it wouldn't be stupid. And yeah, and I think that's exactly what we see in regards of, well, in some sense from the very beginning of the man in the New Testament, you know, that went to Rome and had the first Inquisition in Jerusalem, and saw this, you know, whatever in the desert. You know, we have 4 stories of that and all that. I think things began with that guy pretty much, who went to Rome. And what do we have in Rome? Well, yeah, and the true Christians in Rome had to flee. It seems, you know. So anyway, we have some history on that and so forward. It seems, you know, here and there, you know, I can't remember everything, but, you know, you get us pieces here and there and all that. So we have the little horn, which is Roman. It plucks up 3 horns. So it plucks them up, and then it comes up. It's a little horn which has eyes and a big mouth, speaking blasphemies and all that. If you go to the book of Daniel, you can read about that. And then you go to the book of Revelation, where you have the whore riding on the beast, a 7-headed beast, which, you know, is the beast of 666, and the beast, you know, in regards to the man, the number of 666 is the number of a man. Well, that might be the king of the beast. You know, when you have a beast, you have a king that represents that beast. Like you have, you know, you have the Babylonian beast, you have the Medo-Persian beast, you have the Roman beast. Oh, sorry, I'm missing some. Medo-Persia, Greek, and Roman. Yeah, sorry, my brain. And usually you have a king representing that beast. You know, you have the gold, and the gold was representing Nebuchadnezzar, and also representing the next in line of Nebuchadnezzar. And thereby then the silver came, which was Medo-Persia, and then we have multiple kings in regards to the silver representing this beast. And then we have the Greek, which also have kings that represent it, you know, and what shall we say, four kingdoms in some sense. You know, the 4 heads becomes 4 kingdoms, and they are all Greek in nature, but they are, you know, 4, but they are all Greek in nature. Anyway, the same thing with Rome. We have Rome, which is different from the other beast, and we have different kinds of rules in Rome as well, and so forth. Any case, so the thing is, who is the one that is the Roman Caesar in our days? Who's the Roman king in our days? Who thinks he has the political power, the absolute political power over the whole world, that think he can reign over King of Kings? You know, he sets himself up as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and thinks he has the office of having absolute political power over everything, absolute spiritual power over everything. Well, if you find that man, you have found the Antichrist, the man of 666. It's not a Jewish horn, it's a Roman horn. And when Jesus comes back, and he hasn't come back yet, has he? He will throw that beast and, you know, this system into the lake of fire, this man into the lake of fire, and set up his kingdom on this earth, as far as I understand it. So there's something, you know, it's not something that has happened yet, so this is still some future thing to happen, right? So, you know, it's not Jewish. It's not Jewish. It's Roman. So anyway, so here we see, of course, so if we just use the Bible as a guide, then we can use it as a guide to see who is actually telling the truth and who is speaking lies and deceptions, right? Right. Anyway, that of Rome, one sole order, that of the Jesuits. And in our days, the man of 666 is also a Jesuit, as I understand it. So he's both the so-called White Pope, and he is also a Jesuit at the same time. And of course, we have the the general of the Jesuits, also called the Black Pope. But anyway, you can go look that up. So you have the White Pope and the Black Pope and this and that. Anyway, so let's go forward here. And since our age does not boast a single mind capable of aspiring to universal empire. Oh, that's the same with like Catholic, right? Universal Catholic, you know. empire, for kings have enough to do to retain a hold upon their petty kingdoms, which are slipping from their grasp. Let it be ours to aim thus high, whilst empty heads are dreaming. And there might be some problem here in regards of nulla die sind linet. I'm not sure that actually is. Maybe it's some Latin, or maybe it's just wrongly fixed off the. I don't have the book in regards of a screenshot of the book. It's, if you go into the link, it's like a text. Oh, actually, that might actually be me that actually have taken the text. So actually, if I take the link and delete it, it might actually have the book format in regards of PDF. It might actually have that. So we can go look at but of course I need to find the place, and that might take some time. So anyway, nulla die sind linet. The thing is, searching after something is easier in a text document than what I could do in the PDF. But again, of course, it's programs to do it. But anyway, let not any opportunity escape us of observing what are men's tendencies. The better we know them, the more useful they will be as instruments in our hands. Who is in control of everything? Rome. They are using, you can just read Luther's book from 1545, which I found from, which I read in a Danish version on my, YouTube. And it was talking about, it was showing how the Antichrist was working in the political world. How he's using this and that to his advantage, how he's, using the Mohammedans, then he's using the king of Germany, and how they play out their political game in some sense. I'm not sure what but anyway, and the story ends with the Antichrist winning in some sense, having his feet on the neck of the German king, so he political won the match in some sense. But you see how they play out there, and this is just like a snippet into history, which is very interesting. Even if it's not that, it's still valuable in some sense to see how they worked in the past, and to think that they are not doing the exact same thing in our days is just, they are doing the exact same thing, playing the political game to get absolute control in regards of world power. So let's see here. The better we know them, the more useful they will be as instruments in our hands. Let us, at all events, so conduct ourselves that our future glory may compensate for our present abasement. And they also, the Jesuits has this line of the means the means justify, what was it called? Means, I can't remember. It's the means justify the means justify the end. Oh yeah, there we go. The means justify the ends, I think it's called. I think that was a Jesuit quotation. They have others as well that are very interesting in some sense in regards of how they look on things. The black and white doctrine as well. If they are told that this is black, even if it's white, well, then it's black, I guess that would be the same thing in regards of what is good. Is now then, if something is said to be good, even if it's evil, then it's good, I guess it's some kind of that end. So the end justifies the means. The end justifies the means, something like that. The end justifies the means, quote, Jesuit. Let's see if we can, Jesuit. There was also in regards of a quotation in regards of absolute power, absolute corrupt, and was actually, as I understand it, also about the Roman Catholic Church and the papacy. In regards of absolute power, absolute corrupts. I think he was talking in regards of the Catholic system in regards to that. Anyway, and apparently we also have to be careful about Wikipedia, because I've seen two sources at least where they are getting censored in regards to the information against the Roman Catholic Church. So that's very sad. One of the guys was from a Christian magazine in regards of creation. I think Creation magazines. I read that they had been blocked off, and the other one was in regards of another Protestants talking up, knowing things in regards of Nazism and I think it was Alberto Rivera or something like that. But in any case, I'm not entirely sure. But at least there was two sources, which wouldn't really be a surprise if there's a lot of gatekeepers, it seems, out there. And it wouldn't be a surprise, because think about how many Catholics that are out there, trained in the Catholic ways. Let's see. Let not any opportunity escape us of observing what are men's tendencies. The better we know them, the more useful they will be as instruments in our hands. Let us at all events so conduct ourselves that our future glory may compensate for our present abasement. For whether our name be destined to perish, or finally to prevail over kings and nations, let it at least be synonymous with the loftiest reach of greatness and daring which the world has ever seen or ever will see. Yeah. So who is in control? And we actually don't need history to confirm it, but we have the Bible confirming that it's not the Jews. Of course, the Jews have their Freemason groups as well, as we have Freemasonry everywhere. They have the B'nai B'rith, I think they're called B'nai B'rith, which again, Freemasonry is Satanism. And the Jews have the occult doctrines of Jewish mysticism, which is, wrong as well. But what do we expect? They rejected Jesus as God in the flesh. They rejected Jesus as God in the flesh, and executed him. So what do you expect? Do you expect they would continue in truth? No. So they have their issues, but not only the Jews have issues, we all have issues. We have things all over the world in regards of, it's not only the Jews that is led astray into the occult. We have the occult in Western society as well, and you also can see the Loyola soldiers and all their mystical things and teachings as well. I think we have the book here. Let's see here. Yeah, the question is, where is the thing in regards to that? It could be anywhere, and if I'm not able to search, I will not be able to find which page it is on. But if I can download it as a PDF, and I might actually be able to do that. This is a wonderful website, by the way. I tend to hit into this website again and again and again. Let's see if we can download it. Download started. And we might be able to actually search the document with one of these PDF tools. Open. But I wish I knew in regards to the book, in regards to a monk writing this book. I took a screenshot, I think. The question is, where did I take the screenshots? I have thousands and thousands of screenshots on my, on my computer, on my mobile, and the question is, where did I see it? Did I see it on the computer, or did I see it on the mobile? And where is it? Because again, I have huge amount of, images. See? I'm not sure if I can search in this Let's see here. But I you know, maybe I'll find it again at some point. You know, if I'm, you know, there's a lot of books, you know, that we don't know about it in our days, and we're not taught these things. And is there like a search feature in this? Doesn't really look like it, does it? And it's still loading and loading and loading. It seems to be a little hard for it to have camera and let's see here. Secret Plan of the Jesuits. That's the book. I haven't read it. Like, it's only a quotation I read. Anyway, I should probably stop now. But anyway, we got a little of you know, I'm not probably. I need to have another program to search. It seems. I'm not sure I can do this on the mobile, and I need to go to the throne. So have a good one, all of you. I'm going to stop now. Have a good one. 1 hour and 20 minutes. You know, I just wanted to make it short and have a way of, you know, there's a lot of things to be said, I guess. And because people don't know anything in our days, you know, of course people don't want to listen anyway, it seems, sadly. But, you know, you still have hope that, you know, more people, you know, will realize what is going on. And things is becoming more and more visible. So there should come more and more people, and people are digging, you know, some of those people that are digging are getting a lot of information out there. And Brett is doing a good work, Jörg is doing a good work, and Tom is doing a good work. Those are the three that have a lot of good information in regards to reading old books, you know, and know some things as well, you know. That's already 3 good sources, you know, in regards of promoting, you know, truth. Anyway, have a good one. I need to run now. Bye bye.